What I told my wife and children when they asked me what I would have done differently about subsidy removal, Rotimi Ameachi. What's our business with what you are discussing with your wife and children? That you have to bring it to the news. What you would have done differently? Are you the president? That you would have what you would have done differently? What's our business with that one? Former Governor of Rivers State Rotimi Ameachi has stated that he would have handled the removal of the fuel subsidy differently if he had been elected president, but you are not the president. Ameachi acknowledged the removal of fuel subsidy was unavoidable for any president, but questioned the timing and preparedness of Tinubu's government. Speaking during a two-day event themed Strengthening Nigeria's Democracy, Pathway to Good Governance and Political Integrity, Ameachi emphasized the need for social housing and job creation as cushioning measures. He stated that when his wife and children asked him what he would have done differently about removing fuel subsidy, he told them that he would not remove it without social housing. He said there is nobody that would have become president that would not have removed the subsidy. What I don't know is what time was appropriate for the removal. How prepared was the Tinubu government when he announced the removal? They were not prepared at all. There was no preparation in place that, okay, if we remove this fuel subsidy, this and this is what is going to happen. And these are the measures that we've put in place to curb the adverse effects of what the removal of fuel subsidy is going to cause. They didn't plan anything. They did not. My wife and children asked me what I would have done differently. My response was this: I would remove the subsidy, but I would not remove it without social housing. Why? With the money saved from subsidy removal and naira devaluation, it could be used to build between 200,000 and 300,000 houses. So these are, okay, you people now, as you people are saying all of these things now, why didn't you advise the president? Because now, even all the fuel subsidies saved, all the money saved from fuel subsidy removal and naira devaluation, we know this. We are not seeing anything. We don't know what they are using the money for. And you said that you could build houses, 200,000 or 300,000 houses. But this current one, we are not seeing anything. Nothing. We don't even know what they are doing with the money. In fact, they are still borrowing more money. So how come? Ameachi has explained that such a policy would not only address the housing deficit, but also create jobs across various sectors. If you build between 200,000 houses and 300,000 houses in the state, how many jobs have you created? At least 300,000 bricklayers, 300,000 carpenters, and 300,000 plumbers. By the time you do those things, what have you done? You have put money in the hands of the people you stated. Building 300,000 houses does not mean that it is 300,000 people that will build it. I don't come with that. Ameachi also lamented the growing gap between the rich and poor in Nigeria, describing the absence of a functional middle class as a critical challenge. The last time we had the middle class was under President Olusegun Obasanjo. He created an economy that generated jobs, even though some argued it was a shaky middle class that disappeared at the end of every month. When salaries were paid, at least we had a middle class, he said. He continued, now it's either you are rich or you are poor. If social housing and investments in agriculture had been implemented alongside subsidy removal, people would not feel the impact as harshly as they do now. Ameachi stressed that the government use of funds saved from subsidy removal should focus on tangible projects that directly improve citizens' lives and provide economic opportunities. Help us advise them very well. Because obviously now we have not seen anything from the money they saved from the fuel subsidy and naira devaluation. Nothing to show for it. Nothing. We don't know what they are using the money for. Seidu Welo says, Chief Ameachi, this perspective is amazing. Obasanjo initiated the best housing policy of PPP, which has provided massive housing across the nation because of the involvement of the private sector. As the president, if you start housing scheme, how many houses would you have produced in 8 years? Remember the then Edo governor, a PDP governor, then reminded the nation that without subsidy removal that month, governance was coming to a halt. So think about this, okay? Seidu Bello says stock is cheap. Again, Seidu Bello again. 8 years as a speaker, 8 years as a governor, 8 years as a minister. How many houses has Ameachi built in 24 years? Subsidy removal is long overdue and no time will ever be appropriate. There must be hardship, but there is hope. That hope is very bleak. That hope is not hopeful. We are not seeing the hope. We are not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't look like as if this suffering is going to end anytime soon. So where is the hope? There's no hope. Sunday Okoli says, where is the money from subsidy removal? We don't know. We don't know. I think Tinubu's government is confused or mischievous or both. It's both. Because the money saved from subsidy removal, what are they doing with it? We don't know. And yes, they are still borrowing more money. They are still borrowing more money. So, what's the essence of removing fuel subsidy? What? Harrison Solomon says, with all what you mentioned here, I don't see the difference that could change things. Building houses without establishing the mechanized agriculture in each state of Nigeria is still the best. I language to deceive the people of Nigeria. Instead of importing goods from China, why can't they come to establish the factories here where they could get cheap labor to work in those factories they established, where many Nigerians could get jobs? A country where we are importing matches and toothpick, as in it's really sad. Ordinary toothpick, we still import them. Bolagade Hamid says, this man is perfectly right. There is no more explanation apart from what he said. Job creation is the key. Oluwadamilare says, chief thief talking. Abio. Samuel Patrick says, was not the government functioning before the removal of subsidy? Head or tail, building houses might not be the best option, but there are many things government could have done to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal. But the Tinubu government did none of that, but just forced to remove the subsidy without factoring the ripple effect on lives of ordinary citizens. Yes, so at least you should have, okay, if you are going to remove subsidy, what are the likely outcomes? What are the things that is likely to happen? And you put measures in place to actually curb it a little bit. But no, you just put everybody for suffering straight up. It is well. Anchorage Guidance says, a poor suggestion, removing subsidy and building 300,000 houses. How can that reduce the difficulty and galloping inflation that came with fuel price increase? Not even starting local production of fuel before removal of subsidy. Not even massive importation of food items with zero duty. Anything transport vehicle, trucks, and their parts zero duty. Until further notice, Abi probably if they have done something on transportation, on fuel, and probably things would be better, because especially fuel is our problem. Transporting of goods, of foods, is why things are so expensive. It is why. Chinda says, if I may ask, where will you get the money to build 300,000 housing units before the removal of fuel subsidy? Sholo Doniani. He said after they removed the fuel subsidy, the money saved from it, you would have made all those plans, and then when you start making money from the removal of fuel subsidy, you use it to build houses. That was what he said. Beg, my listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.